Phillips. In November 1998, the peaceful suburbs of Jacksonville, Florida, were thrust into the spotlight when a mother made a horrifying discovery under her son's bed. The concealed body of an 8-year-old girl missing from the neighborhood for a week. The perpetrator of this grim act was none other than her 14-year-old son, Joshua Phillips. Maddie Clifton, the victim, was a bubbly, vivacious child, and her sudden disappearance had left the community in a state of anxious searching and speculation. Hundreds had rallied to search for her, holding on to hope even as days turned into a week. Yet little did they know that the answer lay so close to home, hidden beneath the frame of Joshua's waterbed. The sequence of events, as later recounted by Joshua, began as an innocent play session in his backyard. A stray baseball bat swing struck Maddie, resulting in an injury. Panicking, fearing the wrath of his abusive father and the consequences of his unintended act, Joshua made a series of tragic decisions. He dragged Maddie into his house and strangled her, in a futile attempt to silence her cries. To hide the evidence of his horrifying act, he stashed Maddie's body under his waterbed, where it remained for 7 days. Those days saw a facade of normalcy in the Phillips household. Joshua went about his daily routines, even sleeping on the very bed that concealed his grim secret. However, as the days passed, a telltale smell began emanating from his room. It was this odor that eventually prompted his mother to investigate, leading to the nightmarish discovery. The arrest of Joshua and the revelation of his crime sent shockwaves through Jacksonville. How could a 14-year-old, with no prior criminal record and known to many as a polite, if somewhat introverted boy, commit such a heinous act? As the court proceedings commenced, this question hung heavy in the air, with the community and nation grappling to understand the inexplicable. In his trial, Joshua's defense portrayed the act as a panicked response to an accident, a tragic chain of events set in motion by fear. They argued that Joshua's actions post the accident, though undeniably horrific, were those of a scared child rather than a calculated killer. However, the sheer brutality of Maddie's death and the week-long concealment of her body made it challenging to elicit sympathy. The prosecution was unyielding, pushing for Joshua to be tried as an adult given the gravity of his actions. They painted a picture of a calculated act, one that went beyond mere panic. The jury agreed, and Joshua was found guilty of first-degree murder, receiving a life sentence without the possibility of parole.